Madness of a nation. Couldn't agree more. The country is teetering on the edge as goons take over the streets. Political violence is becoming the new normal, with armed gangs attacking opposition leaders and disrupting their meetings. Those charged with safeguarding the nation's security, Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen and PS Raymond Omolo, stand accused of critics of allowing politics to overshadow their constitutional duty to protect life and property. President William Ruto has remained conspicuously silent. Unless decisive action is taken, the country risks a complete breakdown of law and order. If you thought we were joking about the bows and arrows, there they are on the front page of the Standard. These are people. Did they just wake up? Who are they going to attack? Did they just decide that they were going to go into this church where there were certain people who had come to attend a church service where they did a fundraiser? The driver of Murang'a Governor Irungu Kangata is the person in the inset there. He was shot yesterday. There are goons inside church. Vehicles have been destroyed. I mean, it is becoming the new normal. It's becoming the new normal, and we're sitting and watching this thing spiral out of control.
Do you realize that conversations people are having, as just a by the way, is that goons has become a common thing in our communities today? That we no longer feel afraid talking about what it is we see. That at any political rally, you expect goons to be there. At any demos or protests, you expect goons to be there. It has become a common thing to us.
That this is normal, or that it's being normalized, is a very scary place to be, Aseto. I don't think we...
I don't...
When you see a state in conflict, you don't want to get there, because the absence of peace is a very terrible place to be in. The fact alone that these individuals who were out yesterday, having been paid by whom in whatever way, shape or form, went home and slept in their beds last night is an indicator to you that the laxity with which this security issue is going to be dealt with is a very worrisome place to be in.
Did you see these people march on this street?
I did now. That's what I'm telling you. It was drama.
These people are many. But then again,
for how much?
And for how much?
How much does it even matter? Even if it was 1 million shillings, how much was it enough for you to come and say, I'm going to cause harm to somebody else to fulfill a particular agenda?
You know, I'm asking today Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen and PS Raymond Omolo, and all security agencies in Kisumu County, or even in Nyahururu where Irungu Kangata was being attacked. One asked the question, Ndu, where you know you have opposition leaders in a church and you expect crowds to be there. Intelligence and common sense demands that you deploy security to protect individuals who are there. Because already you've seen you've seen how things have happened before where these individuals are. That there is no police officer, there is no deployment to safeguard property and protect life. Where were the police?
Right there.
Where were the police?
Dennis, they were right there. This is my problem. They were right there. Do you know, I would have maybe I would be less angered, or anybody would be less angered if they were far away and then you would say, okay, it took them a hot minute to get there, right? Yeah. They were right there. So what?
You know, we're knocking on the doors of anarchy.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what you're doing.
We're going to continue with this because it's going to be part of our conversation at 7 o'clock. But if we look into the pages really quickly of the Standard today, price of survival, how cancer is driving families into poverty and debt. We spoke about this really briefly on Friday, but that's the case because it's very expensive. It's not just the person who gets ill, but it's because it's so expensive and the care and treatment is quite intensive that everybody gets involved in this.
Yeah.
Now, if you are, fetish in nature, you might be worried about the story on page 3.
Yep.
Invasive crows land in Nairobi. Crows, the birds,
yeah,
those ones.
They call the Indian something.
These were actually ravens.
Yeah.
These black ones are ravens. The crow is the bird with the white chest.
Yes.
These ones, the ones that make noise, actually came on a ship many, many years ago, and they refused to go back. After decades confined to the coast, the destructive birds have been spotted around City Stadium in Nairobi. Conservationists warn swift action is needed before the invasive species establish breeding populations inland. Indian house crows spotted, well, that's another name for them.
Yeah.
Indian house crows spotted in Mombasa yesterday, but they've also been spotted in Nairobi. 1891, the Indian house crows introduced to Zanzibar as urban waste control. 1947, first recorded presence inside the port of Mombasa. 1980, spread south to Diani and north to Kilifi Creek. 2011, first major inland breach observed at Voi Town along the highway corridor. And in 2013, sightings confirmed in Makindu, indicating movement through Savo. They've been allowed to come up north, or west in this case, and it's not good. They've been allowed to come in west, and it's not a good thing. So conservationists are saying, deal with it now. Do you need to cull large flocks, or what do you need to do?
I need to take you back to 1891, where they were introduced in Zanzibar as urban waste control.
Yes.
Hapo kwa urban waste control. Then think about Nairobi and why they have found their way to Nairobi. Every day we keep on saying, please clean the city. Every day we keep on saying, there is something you can do with the waste in Nairobi, including what? Production of fertilizer and production of energy. But because people don't listen, because people sit in these high offices and think that they are protected, look at exactly what it is we're dealing with
So
today.
I'm hearing you saying that Nairobi is just trash.
It is not me. It is not me.
It's the birds.
The birds are telling you that. If you look at the story, there's a scientist who was actually making comments on this, and he was actually saying that these things have been spotted where waste is.
It's rife. True. I can't argue with that.
Again,
Yeah.
so it is not even me saying. The birds are telling you that Nairobi is a filthy city.
It's like that white bird of mine, Loco Loco Pango.
Loco Loco Pango.
When you see Loco Loco Pango, you know that it's going to rain.
Bas.
Now, when you see these ones, you know that it's dirty.
Capish?
Nature will always tell you a
They will
story.
always tell you something. Yes.
You are right. In fact,
So we go back to 1890. Now we are in 2020.
6.
Same problem.
Bas. Yeah. You're onto something there, that's for sure. Ukrainian database names 59 Kenyans killed in the Russian war. Hello? Okay. Are we just going to go over that? I'm going to say it again. Ukrainian database names 59 Kenyans killed in the Russian war. Okay.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, who is also Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary, you went all the way to Russia and you had conversations with the Kremlin.
Yes.
Question, what are the results? Kenyans who went there, what have you done to return them back home?
Nothing.
Ukrainians are telling us 59 Kenyans are dead. These people have their families, right? So we were talking about 59 families plus who are today, first, they don't know where their loved ones are because the bodies are not here. So
Do you, as a Mofa, know that 59 Kenyans are dead?
No.
Meanwhile, you are in Western telling us about, I don't know, who cannot win an election.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just asking. Patients demand answers over expired ARVs, as they should. I mean, for crying out loud. But I have a question. You knew it was expired then, Uka? Anyway.
You know the way you go and you're given and you believe and trust that what you've been given is good. Okay, we've not yet gotten to a culture where you look at the expiry date.
Yeah.
Maybe you and I will look at that, right?
Yes.
But there are many who believe and trust that which they've been given from a hospital is good.
You would.
Now, we still have people in offices, despite giving Kenyans expired medicine. Even the Tuko.
Can you imagine?
And they're still procuring and still stocking.
No, somebody is waking up and going to that office today. As per, you have given people expired medication that is essentially supposed to sustain their life. But this is in circulation. When did we start reading this story? We started making fun about it 2 weeks ago. We were even making fun about it and I don't know what. But we're still, can you imagine? In what warped world are we still talking about that story 2 weeks later and somebody's still waking up and going to work?
Yeah.
Somebody still has the job that is supposed to vanguard this particular situation.
Guess what they're still doing? They're still procuring and they're still stocking the very same hospitals.
Please. Odor of distress. How pollution, climate stress are producing a foul smell in Lake Victoria. Doesn't get any